stars down to us. Stay strong, keep moving, can't let the darkness blind us. Carry on, we'll be the ones that pull the stars down to us. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night and never close my eyes? I'll never close my I've been running near and far, covered in blisters and scars. Hung out for too long, locked away behind these doors. I'm crawling on the floor. Am I strong? This feels wrong. And then no one's ever told me why people care who holds me. So do you? And can you be the power blooming in me like a flower in spring? Be my wings. I wish I knew what I'd take away from you, but I can't and I won't let you walk all over me.
How you doing, guys? Big Mac Dan Skull here today, back with a fresh camera angle, as you can probably tell. I've gotten rid of the backdrop and I've just realised there's a pole leaning over there, so I'm just going to drop that down on the floor. Should I dismantle it or should I just try and drop it down casually behind me without breaking anything? Let's try the latter. So I'm just once this is out of the way, I'll just talk you through the start of the stream. We've got no one in the chat yet, but when you do join, as always, just make yourselves known with a big whoa or something like that. You know, words to that effect. Something equally as inspiring for an orc player like myself. Now, I say an orc player, of course, on this stream, as you may have guessed from the title, I am going to be painting some Zarbag's Gitz miniatures. I think that's what the warband's called in Warhammer Underworlds. But I'm also going to be painting... That's going to annoy me, isn't it? Should I take that down? I'll take it down. Well, hey. I'm also going to be painting some miniatures that aren't orcs. I'm going to be painting some Death Guard miniatures as well. So you'll get to see all that throughout the stream. The Zarbags Gitz miniatures just need a bit of rimming doing to them, so you know. Yeah, we should crack on with that, really. You can see some. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tidy that up a bit. But you can see some of the miniatures I've painted recently behind me as well. Yeah, should we see if we can zoom in on them? Just have a play around with the camera for a second before we get a few more people in the stream. I don't want to go too far into the background and you can see all of the messiness. But let's have a quick play around with that and see what we can do. Face cam. Right, let us go configure video. Where's that going? It popped up and then disappeared. That was weird. Here we go. Right, configure video. Camera control. Zoom. That's my face. Scary face. So I think, to be fair, quite like that. About there. But yeah, let's what was that noise? I don't know what that noise was. It was very exciting now. Got 2 concurrent viewers. Right, let's pan over to my right. Left. Let's zoom in again. Let's see if we can get a clear image of these with our focus. There's probably not enough light on them, to be fair, but I just want to see if you can tell what. No, they're never going to focus. Ah, it's blurry. There we go. Not to worry. Let's change that back to the autofocus and zoom out so you can see all of my face, my glorious face. Oh, and the mess behind me over the shoulder there. Let's zoom in slightly. See. Oh no, we need to change that pan down. Where's the pan gone? There. Wait. Hey, it's me again. Right, back central, where I belong, the centre of attention. Yes, like I said earlier, when you join us, feel free to drop a nice "wah" in the chat. If you don't know how to spell it, it's W-A-A-A-G-H, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Of course. Okay. Yeah, I'll crack on with some painting now because I don't know what else is going on. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to open a tab on my browser before I crack on with some painting because I want to take a look at maybe at this stream, in this stream rather, some of the releases from GW as well. We'll have to wait and see. You can ask me what I think of the releases if you like. I'm just going to do a pop out chat here. Actually, where's my chat? My chat's not showing up. Pop out chat. Maybe my chat's not loaded. There we go. Good morning. It wasn't showing up for some reason. We've got a nurgling. A wild nurgling appears. Morning. Zooming in on the beard. Very good. Yes. Well, I wasn't really zooming in on the... I was trying to zoom in on the miniatures behind me, but, you know, they it didn't go too well for me. Not to worry there. Yeah, so thanks for joining me, nurgling. Going to be painting Zarbag, Gitz and some Death Guard, and, you know, maybe a nurgling or two as well. So we'll have to wait and see where we get up to with that, because I've got a couple of nurgling miniatures on the basis of the Death Guard miniatures that I'm going to be painting. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Let's go to let's move this over. Just try. I should really organise my stream setup before I start streaming, but I never do because I'm just quite a disorganised person. Let me know if you can hear me okay and everything. I assume you can because you've not said "I can't hear you" in the chat like people sometimes do. Right, we've got that. I think I'd prefer that over here. Let's move that back over here. Yes, there we go. Right, I've moved that over there, and I've got that tab open. Yeah, let's go to new and exclusive, pre-orders. Just get it queued up, ready to rock and roll when I fancy having a chat about it. It's not going to be anything too insightful. But I just want to touch on some of the prices, as some people have been touching on, and give my opinion on that. And my opinion is not going to be as inflammatory, I think, as other. Well, my opinion might be inflammatory to a certain group of people, but yeah. Oh, actually, I do want to check something out here because it looks like they've slightly changed one of the kill zones. I wanted to touch more on the kill zones. Oh no, that is irritating. Let me see in the description. There's the description. Oh, the Robin beggars. Right. Yeah, let's crack on now. So there's some links in the description as well of this video where you can see various things. There's a link to my link tree. Nice one, cheers mate. There's a link to my link tree where you can find all of my socials. You can find my Patreon, my Facebook page, my Twitch, my Twitter, my Instagram account, and any other socials I have. I can't think of any at the minute. There is also a link to the Chillin' Wargamers community. If you're not already a part of that, feel free to click that link and it'll take you to the community Facebook page and you can join the community there. Fantastic group of hobbyists that I am part of. And yeah, there's some great hobbyists. There's Josh with a pickle jar, there's Big Clipper, there's Spud who has just made a glorious return to YouTube, to live streams and stuff. He was on the Chillin' Wargamers show this week. There's Elston who is a painting machine, quite frankly. And many, many more. I tend to just go for the same ones. I think I threw the Beard Clipper in there. But yeah, there's many more to be checking out as well, and they all post in the Warhammer community group on Facebook and the Discord as well, but I didn't put a link in for Discord. And there's also a link for Let's Make It Orky on Twitch. Now the reason I put that link in there is because I am doing a multi-stream with her on Saturday. Now, she's streaming for 12 hours. 12 hours for a charity stream. I'm going to put a video up this week with a few more details about what's going on in the charity stream. And hopefully you'll get some enjoyment out of that video as well. I've put a little bit of work and a little bit of my playful sense of humour into it as well. So that should go up on Wednesday, hopefully. All going well. I just need to get a logo off one of the sponsors, one of the giveaway sponsors, for that stream. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a multi for around 3 hours probably with Orky on Saturday. And she's going to be doing a multi with one other person, Nerd404 UK, another Twitch streamer. And yes, I really need to sneeze all of a sudden. It must be these Nurgling miniatures in front of me. They're begging me to get to them. So, without further ado, the charity it's in aid of, the 12-hour charity stream, it's in aid of Mind, the mental health charity here in the UK. So if you want to look into that, feel free to do so. Pop away from this, but keep it open in the tab so I'll still get the views. And then pop back once you've looked into Mind. But yeah, I will go to Desk Down. I forgot what I was doing. Well, hey, let me know if you can hear the music. I'm sure it's very quiet, but if you just let me know that you can hear it, that would be superb. I do need to move that camera. Yeah, tell you what. Boom. So I do need to move that camera. I was going to pan it, but I thought, no, you know what? I won't pan it. I'll just slide it across the top of my screen, and hopefully it won't unplug itself or anything like that. And it's not done. Fantastic. So these miniatures in front of you that you can't really see, they're slightly out of focus. That's for a very good reason, because that one. That's the first one I want. They're slightly out of focus because the focal length of the camera is like here rather than down on the desk. Yeah, so I just need to pretty much rim the bases of these miniatures now, and then they're complete. These are Zarbag Gitz. They're fantastic little miniatures, tons of character in them. And if you're into smaller miniatures in 40k, there's some cracking ones here. The Arrow Boys are really cool little small miniatures. Not much bigger than depending on the size of the Nurgling, but not much bigger than it. To be fair, it's like twice the height of that Nurgling, isn't it? That Nurgling there. Not this fellow, I'm not calling him a Nurgling. But yeah, so we've got the Arrow Boys, we've got Squigs. I've done this Squig in like a faded blue, like an albino Squig kind of thing. I might change his eye colour to red, the yellow at the minute, but I might change them to red. One thing that's really noticeable about these miniatures is when you do that, you see just a flash of yellow under the base. It's a little bit distracting, I think. But yeah, I want to rim this guy's base first, and then crack on with the rest of them, give him a second layer. We're not far off completion on these fellas, so we might as well just plough through, haven't we? Oh, I've got a Discord open there as well, haven't I? Should I have a quick look Rooney in the Discord, see if anything's going off? Nope. Oh, there's a work in progress, not project. Oh, very nice, very nice. That is beautiful. You can't see what I'm seeing, so I'm sure it's very irritating for you. But I may take a look at that in a bit as well. Let's close. Oh no, I don't want to close all windows. Close that one. Why is that popping open all over the place? Right, there we go. Sorted. Oh, the amateur painter. They look amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, assuming you mean the paint jobs, of course. But the miniatures themselves are fantastic. So much character in them. And I'll just try and bring a couple more into shot, so you've got something a little more interesting to look at in the background, even if it is slightly out of focus. But yeah, I'm just rimming these bases this morning. Loving those highlights on the squigs. Cheers. To be honest, it's not... Oh, the amateur painter is now following. Thank you very much for that follow. Subscription. Yeah, it's I tweam on Twitch now. I stream on Twitch now as well as YouTube. So I'm going to have to change my alerts because it came up the amateur painter is now following, but of course you subscribe, not following. Although, you know, you'll be following my progress, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's, as I was saying, yeah, the highlights aren't actually highlights, it's all contrast paint. This, if it was this one you're referring to, the blue one, basically what I did was sprayed it white, then I put the Apothecary white contrast paint over it. I sprayed it, I think, grey from the bottom, then put the Apothecary white contrast paint over it, and I wasn't satisfied with it. It gave it kind of like a dead grey look, so I was like, oh, not too sure about that, I don't think I like that. And then I thought, I'll thin down using the contrast medium, I'll thin down some of the Athematic blue just a little bit, and then I put that over it, and it just ran into the recesses and just slightly tinted the uppers, the raised areas. So it gives it a really nice sort of naturally shadowy sort of look, even though it's a blue shadow. It's a look that I like the look of, really. Yeah, I started painting these miniatures so long ago. It's sometimes I feel a bit, morning Spud, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream and the chat. Sometimes I feel a bit like a fraud. I just went to where my camera used to be then. I feel a bit like a fraud. This was supposed to be a serious bit, so I wanted to look at the camera, but no. I feel a bit like a fraud. Not really a fraud. I don't feel particularly bad about doing it, because the whole point of my Hobby 365 challenge is to paint, is to finish 365 miniatures this year. So that includes projects I've already started. But some people, if they were doing a Hobby 365 challenge, would take the noble route of painting 365 miniatures that they haven't started yet. But myself, being the sneaky morker I am, I of course take a shortcut here and there. No, it's more about thinking about, you know, what I need to do, and I need to start finishing more projects. So that's why the Hobby 365 challenge for me is aimed at getting me to finish projects rather than start new ones. I mean, I will start new ones. I have started new ones, I think. Yeah, well, not really. I was going to say I have started new ones like Zombicide, but I'd already started the Zombicide set altogether, but there was a lot of miniatures. I've painted 16 zombies in there so far this year, and I'd already painted some of the hero miniatures, but only 8 of the zombies. And the zombies I'd painted, I hadn't started yet, so yeah, that was kind of like a bit of a new project. But I need to finish the rest of that box, so the project's even complete, really. I feel like there's not quite enough light on these miniatures. I decided to base these to rim these bases with Incubi Darkness, just because of the colour of the Warhammer Underworlds board. I don't really play Warhammer Underworlds very often, but I like the idea of them blending into the board a bit, because it's like blues, greens, teals, turquoises on the board, and the odd like other colours. So I went for this Incubi Darkness, which is like a really deep teal, I think. I don't see a tongue out. It's because I'm a professional, mate. I don't need to. Welcome, Billy, to another stream. You seem to pop in every week now. It's very exciting to have regular people popping up. Did you pop in last week? I think you did, but it was a slightly later one last week. Don't forget, if you've not already... keep looking for the camera there, but it's not there. Don't forget, if you've not already done so, you can smash that like button for me. To YouTube algorithm, blah blah blah. What was I watching? I don't know. I was watching someone's YouTube video, and they did a your typical smash the like button or whatever in a pretty amusing way. I can't remember whose video it was. I've still not watched. I need to watch Geek Gaming Scenics, Luke's APS latest video because he's got some lovely looking miniatures. I'm guessing they're 3D printed, but they look fantastic in my opinion. These like hag miniatures, which I am excited to see and learn a little bit more about. Stop being entertaining and I'll stop tuning in. Alright, I'll shut up for a bit. Just realised as well, I've got a beer bottle lid, a Guinness Porter lid on my painting desk. I just need to yeet it somewhere. Yeet! You can tell I've started streaming on Twitch and watching more Twitch videos because I say things like yeet. Thankfully, I don't say pog or anything at the moment. I don't really understand what pog means. I think it means really good. Like play of game it means, doesn't it? I think. I did Google it when I first started tuning into certain Twitch streams. Play of the game. Yeah. Oh, look at this gently. I don't know how I'm doing this one so neat. It's weird, sometimes, right, I manage to get it without getting any paint on the upper of the base, but other times I'm just like all over the upper of the base. I don't understand it. I have to go buy some slate to tar for now. Catching a bit, Nurgling. Thank you very much for tuning in while you could. I appreciate that. Where's all the information? Oh, there it is. I put my chat in the middle of the screen over here. Just to make it as big as possible and easy as possible to read. I'm just going to make it slightly bigger actually, but take it up to there. Pardon me. Oh, I could stack it side by side there. I'm not going to yet though. Luke's been doing a lot with the resin printer of late and it's great to watch. Yeah, I don't have a resin printer myself and I don't think I'll get one because it's like a whole other hobby in and of itself. But it is nice to see some unique looking miniatures that are, you know, different in design and aesthetic from other companies out there. But also there's other companies and other designers that make miniatures sort of that fit within the universe of games that I play, like 40k. Well, the only game I play is 40k at the minute, really. I've got one fewer light on today. You'll notice as well, if you've only just, or if you weren't here at the start of the stream, you'll notice I've got no backdrop behind me today. I just decided to go back to the old look at my Kallax unit. No, not Kallax. Yeah, it's a Kallax unit. The big white one's a Kallax unit. And then what's that? Detolf. That's a Detolf shelf, isn't it? Like your standard wargame affair. What can I buy to store my miniatures in? Ooh, let's go to IKEA. What's this is something I always forget to do, but are you guys working on anything at home yourselves today? Or are you just having a nice chilled morning or evening wherever you are in the world? The Incubi Darkness is such a nice colour. What number of minis are we on now? It's nice to see a different way of painting the rims. I turn the base on the side and paint that way. You turn the base on the side and paint that way. Turn the base. So, do you mean like... Oh, what's this here? What's that? I just realised there's something going on here that I did not know was going on. I need to take a look at that. So, do you mean you do it like that? Or do you paint the bases separately when the miniatures aren't on them? So this is a really nice way of doing it. But it's hard to twist the miniature when it's not just a base. When it's just a base, it's easier. Or do you mean some people put the miniature on the side like that, don't they, and go like that? To be fair, that's actually probably a better technique. But I don't want to get paint on my working mat. I just got an Endor 3D printer. Ooh, Endor. Named for the planet on Star Wars? On Star Wars? In the Star Wars universe? So you asked, it's nice to see, what number of minutes are we on? Yeah, I knew you asked a question there, I couldn't remember what it was. So Gaz made it 50, I've got my little black book somewhere. So I finished Gaz, I'll get a picture of him and all my latest finished miniatures on my Instagram today. But Gaz made it 56 basically, and I think we're on day 59 of the year. So once I finish these 9 miniatures, I'm back ahead again. And I've almost finished these 9 miniatures, so I should even get them finished on stream. Yeah, it is interesting to see different ways people approach painting base rims. With the squigs, it's easier to paint the rims, to be honest, because you can just spin them like that. Whereas with the goblins, they've got too many sticky out bits to just spin them casually. Endor. I was putting them on here if I got a bit of paint on the underside. Yeah, like I said, I'm painting them the Inky by Darkness just because of the colour of the game boards in Underworlds, really. There's a few bits on here that I feel like are unpainted on this fella. Before I paint the rim, let's take a look in. Like, what I might do is add a bit of blood effect to this bit or something, just to give you an idea that it's blood and mud, maybe, just to give you an idea that it is painted, because it looks too plain at the minute. I feel like. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Underworlds game, but I really like some of the warbands. Oh no, actually looks like a shadow, an accidental shadow there. This I've got a random bit of brown just here, and it looks a bit like if the light was coming from this direction, that's just a shadow of the mushroom stalk. A happy little accident, you might say. Happy little accident. I'm going completely the wrong way around this base room now. Oh no, I've gone all over the base there. That's more miniatures so far than I managed to paint last year. Oh, hey, Steve-O, welcome, mate. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, it's more. I keep looking there for the camera again. It's more miniatures than I painted last year as well. It's more miniatures than I've painted any year in the past. Possibly more miniatures than... No, it's not, is it? No. I was going to say possibly more miniatures than I've ever painted altogether, but it's not yet. But if I paint 365 miniatures by the end of the year, which is my target, then that'll be more miniatures than I've ever painted in the past. And it'll be a big chunk of... a big chunk, but yeah, it's probably a small percentage of the total number of miniatures I've got. I don't know how many miniatures I've got, but I suspect it's in the 2,000 sort of mark, but I might be well wrong there. I could be massively overestimating it. It's just kind of like, I always tell people I've got thousands of miniatures, but I don't know if I actually have. I might have like 1,000, but I suspect I've got close to, I suspect I've got more than 1,000 anyway. I just don't know because I don't count them. Because most of them are unassembled still. That's the problem. Are you working on anything this morning, Steve-O, or are you just grabbing a brew and a bit of brekkie to start the day? Things are dropping off my face here. So I'll make my brush go down the base side rather than going at it from the side. Be easier to, yeah, it would be easier to show than explain. And I think the mini looks great as it is. Oh, thank you. I think I'm on 50 something. It was such a good idea. Thank you for it. No worries, mate. It's good to good that a couple of people are trying to keep track of it and trying to keep up the pace like that. I've always put off challenges like this because I think, I'm afraid to fail. Or like New Year's resolutions and stuff, I don't do them because most of the time I won't stick to them. So this was like kind of like a New Year's resolution in that it was like the early hours of... This paint's drying quickly and I don't know why. Must be slightly warmer in my house than I think it is. It's kind of a New Year's resolution in that it was in the early hours of the 1st of January, like just after we brought in the new year, that I decided to do it. I was in watching Let's Make It Orky on Twitch, and I was... Oh yeah, I'd had a few beers, and I decided, somebody said I never finish a project. I think it might have been Orky, or it might have been someone else in the chat, and then I decided to sort of rather rashly announce to the world in the chat there that I was going to paint 365 miniatures this year, so I figured I'd try and stick to it. Are you on target to achieve it so far? Working on waking up, coffee and smoke. Fair enough. Yes, I'm on. Well, I'm more or less on target. Gaz took me up to last Thursday, so I've just finished Gaz. I'll get pictures on my Instagram later on. Gaz took me up to last Thursday, and then I'm working on these 9 Gloomspite Gitz, Moonclan Grots. I don't really know what the wider faction is called in AOS, but these Zarbag Gitz basically from the Underworlds boxed game. 9 of them, including a couple of squigs, and that'll take me up to next. If Gaz was Thursday, add 9 onto that. That'll take me up to what, next Saturday? And then I'm going to crack on with some Death Guard miniatures. I was planning on doing a bit of kit bashing on this stream, but because I wanted to kit bash something and paint it next week when I'm doing Orky's doing a 12-hour charity stream on Twitch, and I'm going to be doing a multi with her for a couple of hours, probably from around what time did she say to me? She said around 2 to 5, so I'll probably be around in the afternoon on Orky's stream and on my own stream as well, but there'll be a link in the chat where you can click it and watch us both together side by side. But I'll be around in Orky's chat all day, and if she starts flagging at any point, I'll let her know. I'm happy to jump in whenever she needs me. It might not seem a lot to do a 12-hour charity stream when I think Mohawk Miniatures on Twitch at the minute is doing a 12-hour, oh sorry, he's doing a charity stream for like 48 hours. And the Hobby Room did one the other week, raised about 12 grand. Amazing. Yeah, so the Hobby Room, Kerry from the Hobby Room and Ben was there as well. They did one the other week, raised loads of money, and that was a 24-hour one. But Orky has hypersomnia, so she struggles to stay awake for long periods basically. She always needs a nap and stuff. Like she gets up in the morning and then she goes back to bed after an hour or so. So yeah, I think she wouldn't mind me saying that because she's spoken about it on her stream before. So I'm pretty sure she won't mind me saying that. If she does though, I apologise, but I think it's all right. Coffee, exactly. I might. I need to get a coffee card on, so I can put a hold screen on, like, please wait, returning with coffee shortly, so I can actually nip off and get a coffee during one of these streams instead of just thinking about getting myself a coffee. There we go, this is going quite nicely so far, I feel like. Oh, right, let's grab myself some Wasser. Just double check what that message was on my Telefonica. Ooh. Oh, Big Mac Dance School is live right now. It was just Discord, Chilling War Gamers Discord. I just reached affiliate on Twitch as well. So, if you're not too familiar with Twitch, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free Twitch subscription. I think what you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch Prime, or Twitch Prime Gaming, I think it is, something like that. You link them to, and then you get a free subscription to give to someone you watch on Twitch. You don't have to watch them on Twitch. So what I'm saying is, give me your free subscription. Subscribe to me on Twitch if you've got an Amazon Prime account, and you don't lose any money because of it. You just give me a little bit of money. Well, hey. So there's that, and I'm like halfway through the process of setting up a what's it called on YouTube? A join button. So you'll be able to click a join button and then support me at 3 different levels. I think it's easier doing it on the platform so basically I've got a Patreon where you can support the channel, and the money from Patreon goes to things like lighting, improving sound quality, and not so much if I got to a level where it really I can't see this happening, but if I got to a level where it really it was a lot of money coming in, it might enable me to go like part-time as a lorry driver and then put more content up. But yeah, the quality of the content is likely to improve the more support I get, basically, because I'll be able to invest in different things. Like at the moment I still do everything either on a stream like this with my webcams and mic and PC and everything, or I still do it on my phone. Now I've got a top-end phone to do it. I buy my phones purposefully to, you know, I'll look for the best cameras, the best mics on them, the best everything like that, at the price I can afford, basically. So the phone I've got at the minute isn't the latest Note, I don't think, but it's the Note 10 Plus, which has got like it can record in 4K and whatnot. So if I want to do a serious painting video where you can see how terrible my painting actually is, then I can get some decent footage for you and stuff like that. But yeah, in the future, I think channel support will enable me to up my game further and get like a better PC for streaming, so there's less lagging and whatnot, and potentially move over to cameras and microphones for recording rather than just the phone, which I've been doing for years now, and I enjoy it because because I take my phone to work, obviously, so I can start editing videos in any downtime I get at work. At the minute in work, I don't really get any downtime, well, not a lot anyway. So yeah, I have had a couple of chances where I've been able to edit videos in my new job, on like breaks and stuff. But most of the time on breaks now, what I'm doing is actually taking a break, eating and stuff like that. So it's yeah, it's a bit tricky in the new job. The old job I got a little bit more downtime, and I work like 11-hour days minimum at the minute as well, which is kind of, it took a bit of getting used to. I feel I'm almost used to it now, but yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to. Welcome, the Orc Boys. Good morning and welcome to the stream. Are you working on anything today yourself, or is it just a chilled morning for you? I say that to everyone. It must get boring when you've heard it about 5 or 6 times as new people have joined the stream. I really need a tiny bit more Inky by Darkness, I think. My father-in-law got me a Dolce Gusto machine for my hobby desk. Very nice and very convenient. I've got a bean to cup machine, but it's in the kitchen. What I could do is, yes, I've been trying to think how I can set up my room to better support me. Basically, what I was thinking then when I said what I could do is, yes, I could set up a little kitchen area over there, because I was thinking I was going to move my hobby desk and painting area back into the corner over there where I used to have it a little while ago, and have that as like a studio in the corner kind of thing. And then this area will be a little bit more open and stuff like that. But then I was thinking I could move my fridge over there, which is here at the minute, or could move my fridge into that corner there. It just makes it a little less convenient to get to my fridge. Because my kitchen gets too cold in the winter for a fridge. Or for this fridge, it shuts off when it goes below a certain temperature. Some fridges are decent and don't, but this one does for some reason. But yeah, the fridge I could move over there and set up like my my bean to cook machine. It's a DeLonghi one, mine. And then I can just go there to get a coffee rather than bugger off into the kitchen for a bit. It is a bit like a little bit noisy. It's a good coffee machine sound effect right there, isn't it? The Bard! Ugh. What time is this to be alive on a Sunday, you Gitz? That's how the Bard talks in my head. Welcome, the Bard. Oh, and modelling for advantage. Welcome. Putrid drips with breakfast, sir. Tasty. Indeed. Indeed. I'm still on the Gitz at the minute. Not got to the drips yet, but oh, you know what? I've got some typhus corrosion there. I can use that on some of these miniatures. I used it for the I think for the first time I've used it on miniatures the other day. When I've got another miniature I can use it on there too though. But I used it the other day on Gazzy's base. I just on the two little bits of. I'll grab him. Oh, I knocked my little black book over. Oh, I can reach him. So here's Gaz, my mate Gaz. So what I did was, oh look at him, he's tasty, isn't he? Oh, whoa! That was a pathetic one. Whoa! That's better, slightly better. Just try to clear my throat in the morning, you know. So I put a bit of the typhus corrosion on here, and then a dry brush. It made the metal go really sort of dirty, dark sort of look. Nearly pulled my light over there. I did put a weight on the bottom of it so it doesn't fall over on stream, but I've taken it off for this one for some reason. Anyway, yeah, so the base, put a bit of typhus corrosion over the metal, and then I dry brushed a bit of riser rust over that as well, and there's the same on the back there, just to dirty up that, make it look like it had been ruined for a little while rather than the old of course put a blue helmet on the base there, Crimson Fisty style blue. And yeah, he's a nice looking. I was trying to work out what that light is bouncing off my screen, but I realised the sun's just coming up behind me. I can't actually see that corner of the screen now. So what I'm going to do is get up and close that blind a little bit. So so I say the sun's coming up. The sun's coming above the houses behind my house because I can't see part of the screen. So I'm going to have to. I'll leave Gaz on screen for you to have a look at, and I'll nip off and close that blind. Oh, look at him. Look at him, isn't he tasty? Whoa, look at him. You get to see me wander off into the background now as well. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Much better. Oh, crumsy mumsy. Right, let's have a quick blast through the chat. Oh, the Bard is very active straight away. Mobile phones have better camera than most webcam these days. Shame the apps for sharing your video feeds are slow to catch up with functions like balance zoom and such. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't use my mobile for streaming. I use just the two webcams. But yeah, in terms of quality for pre-recorded videos, I love it. You can connect your phone via like local area networks and stuff like that, but it's a little bit laggy. I've done that in the past before I got a second camera. So there's Gaz anyway. He's looking beastly, as you can see. My mate Gaz. Let's pop him back on his shelf. Well, his shelf, the table behind me. Your thoughts on Heroes of the Chapter and Hatchet maybe doing Indomitus box now? I'll touch on that shortly. Ooh. You've done that orc wrong. Should have left the head off. You cheeky git. Cheeky little git. Yeah, so the thing with Gaz is his head comes off every now and again. And it just gets sewn back on, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I'll touch on the heroes of the chapter and whatnot shortly then. My opinion may surprise you. Why? It's really irritating that so many people use that line in... I think they do it just to bait people into watching the videos. Well, obviously they do it to bait people into watching the videos. His reaction might shock you. My opinion may surprise you. But yeah, it becomes too formulaic when everybody's using that same sort of tagline. I could give you an example. I can't remember the ins and outs of it, so I might get it wrong, and I can't even remember the actor's name now. What's the actor's name? Pedro Pascal. So Pedro Pascal had a family member come out as trans, I think, or something like that. And a certain... can't remember what they call it. A certain company, basically, or social feed, I don't know. On Snapchat, I think it was the Queer Catch-Up or something, said Pedro Pascal's family member comes out as trans. His reaction may surprise you. It's like, why? Why would it? Like, I don't know. I find it irritating. Not the story. I find the headline irritating. Record your opinion for a vid. I might do, you know. I've got a spare boom arm at the minute, so no. If I did that, the vid wouldn't be up until, because I've got another vid planned for this week. So the vid wouldn't be up on my channel till well after the fact. I'm not into doing those sorts of vids. I don't particularly enjoy making those sorts of vids. So I don't. To be fair, I do them now and again, because I used to do 30k vids all the time, didn't I? But then I find the comment section on those videos very challenging to deal with, and I don't have the time to reply to comments with my new job in work and everything, and to reply to the same comment over and over again. Basically, have an argument with someone in the comment section. I don't have the time to do that. I reply to comments on my vids normally when it's like somebody saying, "Oh, great mini mate, have you ever tried using this instead?" Then I'll reply. I'll have a little bit of back and forth, but those videos provoke reactions in people that I don't want to have to deal with, frankly. Because yeah, I was doing, like when 7th edition came out, I think it was 7th, and then a few weeks later they were doing FAQs, and I did a video about a Games Workshop rushing things out and how could they do it differently and stuff, and then there was so many comments with different opinions to me, and then there's people arguing in the comment section and stuff like that, and when it's your video, I feel like you kind of have to marshal that sort of thing, and steer people away from getting too angry and aggressive towards each other. And it just becomes too much of a hassle, sort of dealing with the comment section on videos like that. So yeah, I've got no great urge to do one of them videos about that Heroes of the Chapter Box. But I'll give you my thoughts on the Heroes of the Chapter Box right shortly when I basically when I finished rimming these two grots. Were misses. Right shortly. I need to put some hotkeys on my OBS so I can switch from scene to scene quickly. Something I've never gotten around to. I used to do it on XSplit, But yeah, I've never got around to it on OBS yet. Didn't do it on Streamlabs either. Innuendo bingo, innuendo bingo. Yeah, you. I could play innuendo bingo quite easily on some of my live streams at times. Just need this to stay wet a little bit longer than it is doing. Well, it's usually Easter that Hatchet do a small test run in it, so we might know soon what the next mag is going to have. Yeah, hopefully. I'm tempted to get back into the mag again, but I don't know if I'll cover it on the channel in the same way that I did the Conquest magazine. Purely because I don't have the time with my current job. I could do it as a live thing though, I guess. A live read through. First impressions. Because I felt like when I was doing the Conquest coverage, I was going more in depth than some people, and I feel like that's what helped my channel really grow. But if I did it, to be fair, I could still do it, but it'd have to be at weekend, and that'd be like my only video for the week probably. So yeah, if I did it, it'd be tricky. Basically, it'd cancel out all of the content on my channel, which is almost it's what Conquest did, and Conquest and Mortal Realms what they did to my channel, which really helped my channel grow in the space of time I was covering the magazines, especially with Conquest. But then when it came to the end of those magazines running, a lot of the people that were commenting on those videos and that were watching my channel for those videos, a lot of them, the vast majority of them in fact, stopped commenting and stopped watching all the videos, so my views on videos since then are a lot lower than the ones for those magazines, which is understandable because they tuned in for that content. But it's in the long run it's not so good for channel growth and maintaining the old community feel to the channel and stuff like that. Right, let's rinse that, and they're more or less finished. I might do something else on the bases, you know, with these miniatures. I might see about getting some leaves or something like that to whack on the bases. I feel like some of the bases are a bit plain, but I might put another colour on the bases, something like that, just to see what's going on. Ooh, Dan, Stormcast Beast Riders, 10th of this month for the first one. Nice one, cheers, mate. I did see that they were coming up soon. We got Underdog Painting joining us in the chat. Welcome, mate. Welcome to another stream. And are you working on something today yourself? Some Death Skull Orcs, maybe? Or something completely different? Because I know you hop from force to force and faction to faction from time to time. But yes, the Beast Riders, I do want some of those miniatures. So thanks for letting me know. I was aware they were coming up because the Hobby Corner Kev, he does some great Conquest coverage, and he looks at upcoming Mortal Realms coverage. He looks at upcoming issues of Mortal Realms. Now let's go to the old this camera angle. Well, hey, look at that, unbelievable! Look at this fella here. There he is. There he is. Wait. I'm trying to get the right. I'm going backwards instead of sideways. Look at this fellow here. He needs finishing, doesn't he? Yes. So, Underdog. Right. What was I saying? Yeah. So Mortal Realms. Spin it round to Conquest. Spin it round to Heroes of the Chapter. Heroes of the Chapter. And the other releases from GW. That's what I want to talk about right now. Let's have a moment to pause and share our thoughts on the heroes of the chapter. I will, in fact, look at that! So we've got the heroes of the chapter box here. It comes in at a whopping £89. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. I meant to click on that. Right, so heroes of the chapter is £89. Just gonna get that up so I can still see the chat. Bear with me a couple of ticks. Shift it out of the way over here. Yeah, 10 AM tomorrow. Not today, is my hobby day as kids in school and wife is working at hospital. Streaming again, Underdog. 10 AM tomorrow. So Baz is streaming 10 AM tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. Learn how to play 40k 8th edition. Now relearn how to play in 9th. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the sort of dilemma I think that people have. It's because it's only just finished the 8th edition one, hasn't it? I need to make that a little bit smaller because that's just too big for me. I can't see what's going on that screen behind me. Okay, so heroes of the chapter. Here we go. Some hot takes for you. My hot takes are that this, at £89, when Indomitus, was it called Indomitus? Am I saying that right? Indomitus? I think I am. Indomitus itself was £125. Indomitus itself was a fantastic value set. If you wanted all the miniatures within it, you got, I think, 10 Assault Intercessors. How many are there? Yeah, you got 10 Assault Intercessors, you got 3 Outriders, you got a few Chaplain, you got all these miniatures plus others, right? And it was fantastic value. And then you got the Necron miniatures as well. Great value set at £125. This, at £89, is also a good value set. People are going mad because they're like, the heroes of the chapter is almost as much as Indomitus itself. Shut up, you little whining babies. Man-children, absolute man-children, right? This, you get in 2 Chaplain-type characters, right? So, from GW themselves, they're 2350, I think, the new Primaris characters. They're all like 2350. So, you're getting them 2 fellas, right? So that is what? Nearly 50 quid in and of itself. And then you're getting 3 of these, which would be like 35 quid themselves. And then 3 of these, I'm saying 3 of these and 3 of these. What I'm pointing at is the Eradicators. 3 Eradicators, which would be like 35 quid themselves. So already we're up to about 80 quid. And then you're getting the 3 Blade Guard Veterans, which are like 30 quid themselves, 30 quid plus themselves. So even if you knock them down, because they're like easy to build, so you knock them down to what, 20, 25 quid, then that's at least 40 quid on top of that. And then you're getting the Ancient, which itself would be a character mini price if you could buy it separately. So that's at least 20 quid. So it's going to be what? Somewhere between 110 and 120 quid for these miniatures. And you're only paying 89 quid. So stop whining about it, you bunch of babies. What's up with yous? It's an expensive hobby, we know that, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not an expensive hobby. Because you spend so much time building these miniatures, painting these miniatures, playing with these miniatures, that you spread the cost over all of the hours that you spend building, painting, playing with these miniatures, or just whacking them in your display cabinet if that's your thing, or selling them on if that's your thing, that you get more than enough value back. Why is everybody whining about it? Yes, compare it to Indomitus, it's an expensive set when it's the same miniatures that were in there, but a lot fewer of them. But you compare it to actually what you should be comparing it to. So the 2 Chaplain characters, should definitely be comparing them to the Primaris level characters. The Ancient, I'd say compare that to the Primaris level characters as well. So you're looking at 3 characters right away that take you over the £60 mark, £70 mark. And then you're getting the rest of it for, what, 19 quid on top of it? When realistically you should be paying at least another 40 quid. So everyone's whining. But as I was saying, he likes the fact that they're expensive and makes you hopeful. Makes you hopefully appropriate them more. Yeah, appreciate them more, I assume you're going for that. Yeah. Yeah, like, everybody's whining about the price of this. But you're getting expensive... what these would be, if sold separately and individually, if they were on their own individual sprues, they'd be more expensive than this if you were buying them all separately. But they're all on one sprue, so that's what people are moaning about. Just because, oh, it's one sprue. Oh, I don't want to pay £89 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 miniatures. It's £10 a miniature, and they're all, detail-wise, they're all like character level. What are you moaning about? Stop moaning. Right, there we go. Yeah, appreciate is what you were going for. They were all one sprue in the box. I can't mind. Yeah, they were all one sprue. It is what it is. Like, whilst they can't sell them separately, if they were to put them all on separate sprues, if they were all on separate sprues in the Indomitus box, if they were then to sell them separately, you'd be paying 23 quid for these three, 23.50 for these three, or at least 20 quid for these three, so that's at least 60 quid. And then you'd be paying at least 25 quid for the 2 units of the 2 small 3-man units. You'd be paying 25 quid. So, what's that, 110 quid? So you'd be paying at least 110 quid for them separately. Karen! Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the Heroes of the Chapter box. Let's go back now and look at the Necron one. Because I'm tempted by this one, but there's people, other YouTubers, Twitch streamers and stuff saying, it's all one sprue, why would you pay 68 quid for it? You could have got it in Indomitus. It's like, yeah, you could have, but I didn't buy Indomitus because I didn't think I wanted the Necron half of it at the time. But eventually, I got the new starter set, didn't I? Because it had the rulebook in there, the command edition of the starter set. And then I thought, I kind of hoped that some of these miniatures, these Necron miniatures, I kind of hoped that they. Oh yeah, I'm pointing in the right direction. So some of these Necron miniatures here, I kind of hoped that they were going to be in the command edition of the starter set. The one I mainly wanted was the two. Well, all of these basically. These were all of the Necron miniatures that I wanted, but it's not a big deal because if I really want them that much, I can pay 70 quid for them. This thing here, 25 quid, easy. This thing here, 25 quid, easy. That's 50 quid. This thing here, 20 quid, I'm saying, because it's like, it's not a Space Marine character. So what's that? 70 quid already. And then these two fellas. So you're getting these two fellas for free. And guess what? I can get it from Element Games for a little bit cheaper, or I can get it from the Outpost for a little bit cheaper. I can get it from anywhere I want for a little bit cheaper. Helix, Triple Helix War Games, you know, whatever. I can get it for a little bit cheaper. So stop moaning, or don't buy it. It's as simple as that. You don't have to buy it. Games Workshop aren't forcing you to buy it. Stop moaning, don't buy it. They're your choices. So if the mag is Indomitus box, that's one mag. Oh yeah, so that's what you're saying, right? Okay. That is a very good point, Senor Bard. Yeah, so Conquest magazine, for those people in the chat that may or may not know, or that may not know, for anyone in the chat that may not know, Conquest magazine was a magazine that Games Workshop did alongside Hatchet Partworks, or Hachette Partworks, as Hobby Corner Kev likes to say. And it was a weekly magazine where you get miniatures or paints or brushes in it week after week. And it was a collection of miniatures. At the minute, what I'll do actually right now, I'll just go back to the opening stream. At the minute, they're doing a Mortal Realms one. So I'll just quickly see if I can find that just to show you. My glasses in the light. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, all out of stock. Coming soon, issue 54. Right, so go back to look at that. So this is get that back up as well, the chat. So this is the Mortal Realms magazine, and this shows you the sort of things you're getting. So you get a bit of terrain in this issue here, issue 54 coming up, and then in issue 55, you get in. Where's issue 55? I can't see it. Anyway, in issue 55, I think you're getting the Beast Rider type things, the Stormcast miniatures. What the magazines have been so far from Hatchet, not available in the USA. Now available in the USA is Conquest. Yeah, Conquest is now available in the USA, or soon to be available. Is it available right now, or is it soon to be? Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. It's making loads of noise. Oh, exciting. Oh, not that exciting. Just Virgin texting me. Not a Virgin, just Virgin. Yeah, so Conquest magazine is now available in the UK. What it was the Dark Imperium set split up between loads of magazines, plus some extra miniatures like Space Marine Scouts, Space Marine Heroes of the Chapter, I think, which was like 2 captains, or a captain and a chaplain it was originally, that were in the Betrayal at Calth box. And a few other Space Marine kits that were of different levels of ease to build, Space Marine bikers and stuff like that, all thrown into this magazine which ran for 80 issues. Mortal Realms is the same thing, but for Age of Sigmar. And what they have done so far is use the starter sets from those games, so the current edition starter sets. So this is all the latest edition Age of Sigmar starter sets with some of the newer terrain in there as well. So the starter set for 8th edition, not 8th edition, Age of Sigmar, sorry. The starter sets for Age of Sigmar at the minute are Stormcast Eternals versus Nighthaunts. The starter sets, when Conquest was available, and it is available in the UK at the moment in June or July, or in the US, sorry, at the moment in June or July, thank you, Bard. So not at the moment, actually, in June or July it's available in the US. Yeah, that's... I'm losing my train of thought here because I'm saying that many things. Anyway, that's the... when that was available in the UK, that was the current edition starter set, so the 8th edition starter set for Games Workshop content. For Warhammer 40,000, the 8th edition starter set content for Warhammer 40,000. So it was Space Marines versus Death Guard. They were all the newest miniatures. They had a lot of easy to build miniatures out and stuff like that. So theoretically, if you do another 40k one, which has been leaked, speculated upon, all that sort of stuff, there was basically a website went up, like a placeholder website or something went up on the Hatchet Partworks website, which was called Warhammer 40,000 Crusade or something like that, which people are speculating, whoa, welcome to the chat, Marcos Castellanos. Gorka Marcos. Yeah, so people are speculating that Mortal Realms magazine... people are speculating that the placeholder that they had on pop up on the Hatchet Partworks website was the next edition of the 40k version of this weekly magazine, which was called Warhammer 40,000 Crusade, and theoretically it will be all the stuff from the starter set again, so it'll be Space Marines versus Necrons on this occasion, plus all the current easy to build kits, plus a few extra kits. So what the Bard was saying was the stuff in Indomitus box, if that's included in the magazine, the Heroes of the Chapter box and this Necron box here that we've just taken a look at, this Necron set here, the Necrons Royal Court, will come in one magazine. So it's sold on the GW website for £68 and the Heroes of the Chapter box is £89, but it'll come roughly at a price of maybe £8.99, I think Mortal Realms is. It'll probably be £10 an issue by the time, so £9.99, £10 an issue by the time Warhammer 40,000 Crusade comes out, but that's just speculation. Oh, Imperialis is it, not Crusade. Thank you very much for that. I need to finish my February challenge. Yes, you do. It's the 28th of February, and at the minute in the UK, it is 9:36. I don't know what time, UK-wise, the deadline closes. Do they work to US time for the deadline? Do they work to Pacific time? Do they work to the latest possible time in the world? Or do they just work to GMT? So yeah, you need to get that finished, mate. But yeah, so that's what the Bard was saying in the chat there. This Imperialis magazine, when it comes out, will potentially have the Royal Court and the Heroes of the Chapter in one magazine. So you'll be saving a whopping, approximately, 80 quid on one magazine. But we don't know that it's going to be included in the magazine. That's the thing. It might not be the Indomitus set stuff that's included in the magazine. It might only be the Command Edition of the starter set. But theoretically, they might even put the Heroes of the Chapter and the Royal Court in the premium edition of the magazine. We don't know. So we can only speculate. Let's get back to some painting, shall we? Desk down. Ooh, miniatures. Look, Marcos. Kind of orcs. That still needs another go round that base. That's irritating. Let's see what bases I'm satisfied with. I like that one. That's it's not completely perfect, but I like that one. That one can stay over there. This one, which I've only just started painting this morning, that's actually got very good coverage. So I'll say that one's done. This one needs another coat. This one needs another coat. I don't know why it's going on so inconsistently, this Inky by Darkness, you know. That one's pretty much done. That needs another coat. Needs another coat. And that one is until you get around to that side, it's pretty much done. So I've got 6 miniatures that need another coat around the rim of the base there. That is irritating. Boom. Grots are good too. Thank you very much, Marcos. I appreciate your approval. Yeah, we won't know till the test run comes out. And we won't know for sure even when the test run comes out, because I seem to remember when they did the test run of Mortal Realms magazine, they didn't release all the images of what we were getting. But I might be wrong there. Maybe no, I think they did actually, because I think I started looking into the value of it and I was like, it's not as good value as the other one. What's the other one called? Conquest. It's not as good value as Conquest, but it's still good value. Are you on schedule for your 365 goal? Did you finish Gazgul? I did finish Gazgul. I'll quickly show him to you before I move back to trimming the bases of these miniatures. So here's Gazzy boy. He's looking very wary, isn't he? Oh yeah. What's going on with me there? So that's Gaz. Oh my god, he's right on the edge of that table. There we go. Let us crack on. It's 9:40, so I've been going for just over an hour. That is perfect, because I feel like I've got a little bit more painting left in me. Boss man! Won't be till the test one comes out. USA. Darren McCormack Parker joining us in the chat once again. Thank you very much for popping in and saying hello. As you've just joined, don't forget to smash that like button. In the name of Big Mac Dance School. They do the first 5 issues in it, is it? Right, so in the test run they do the first 5 issues. Yeah, and then you get a poster with what's coming, don't you, as well? So we should know by the test run then, by the time of the test run. Fingers crossed. So Marcos, you're working on your February challenge. Now McCormack Parker, are you working on anything as you watch today? Or are you having a nice chilled coffee to wake you up first thing? Or tea perhaps? Spill the tea. What's the situation? Now you need to use Gazgul in a battle report. I think I might do, you know. I just need to play 9th edition first. I could use him in a game of Kill Team. Like the ultimate game of Kill Team. Use him as a war boss in it now. That wouldn't do him justice, would it? I'll use him as 2 war bosses in a game of Kill Team. And I'll let my mate and his son take him on. With Necrons and Space Marines teaming up to try and defeat Gaz. No chance. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Amateur Painter got to go. Got to do puzzles with the minion. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for again for popping in and giving us that subscription. It's been a pleasure having you here. And adding another voice to the chat is always appreciated. So I hope to see you on a future one. And have a lovely day. I'm at work now. When I get home, I will throw some more paint on my Meganobs. Nice one. Converting a Nurgling tanks to Blood Angel. A Nurgle tank to Blood Angel. Sorry. Just reading it as Nurgling the whole time. It's like, a Nurgling tank? What's a Nurgling tank look like? I should have called this Rimming and Drippy shouldn't I? Not a bunch of Gitz and Drippy bits. Nobody likes rimming and drippy bits though, do they? The thought of it, the thought of it. Disgusting. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm in work and converting, you cheeky little monkey. He might win against 2 kill teams. I think he will, to be honest. He's the absolute destroyer of worlds, our Gaz. Good old Gazzy, eh? If I get my Big Mac Dance School conversion sorted, I might have Big Mac Dance School go up against him. See you, the biggest, baddest, Hulk around really is. It's Big Mac Dance School. Just, you know, spoiler alert. But that's for another day, that Big Mac Dance School conversion. Yeah, it was, I think I started saying this near the start of the stream. I was all set to finish these flash kits and then start a kit bash. It's a kit bash of a model that I want to be painting on the charity stream I'm doing this coming Saturday, or taking part in this coming Saturday, over on Twitch on Let's Make It Orkies. She's doing a 12-hour live stream. And I will be tagging along for about 3 hours. We'll do a multi, so you can watch both of our streams concurrently, side by side on your PC or whatever device you're watching on, I think. And yes, so I want to ideally paint that miniature on that stream. But I couldn't find the bits before starting this stream until right before starting the stream, and I thought, no, I've created the thumbnail and everything now. I'll just I'll go with what I've planned with some Death Guard after finishing the rims on the flash kits. I don't know why it's taken me so many coats to finish these rims though. It's a little bit irritating, but it's not the end of the world, because this will be 64 miniatures for the year so far, I think. 64 or 65? 64, I think. Once I finish these 9 bases, I am going to do these last 2 rims and then run off to the toilet, and I might put another coffee on for myself as well. So you can chat amongst yourselves when I do that. Discuss what you think of me, and I promise I won't look at it when I come back, so say what you like. I cannot be offended if I do not read it. And you can discuss what you think of my opinions of the Heroes of the Chapter collection box and the Royal Court box. Just to reiterate, I think they're good value. And I think everybody in this YouTube community and stuff that's moaning about them, I think they need to just reconsider their opinion. Stop moaning so much. I like to try and make this a wholesome, positive stream, wholesome, positive channel. Dan, Google Bronze Age minis, Yoda Warband. I may do. Sure. Oh, we've got a wild Hyper Sapien appearing in the chat. Welcome, mate. At a reasonable hour. Instead of in the middle of the night, down in Australia. So welcome, G the Hyper Sapien, joining us once again for another stream. Thank you very much for popping in, bud. I will be going off screen very shortly because the little tinkle feeling I'm getting in my nethers is strongly suggesting I might need to run up to the toilet as fast as possible soon. Right, that's that. So, I will leave you to my back soon screen, and guess what? I'll be back soon. See you shortly. Oh, look at my coffee! Isn't it mighty fine? Oh, yes indeed. What a crema, what a crema. Right, let's move that to one side and get some biscuits out, shall we? So let's see what's going off in the chat since G the Hyper Sapien joined. Hello, 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 said G the Hyper Sapien. That's my impression of G the Hyper Sapien. I didn't know that was coming, but it arrived. Gits and drips. Dreadwar Dance School. Dreadwar Dance School? Dreadwar. Right, let us move. Oh. Normally I've got an upturned box or a box on its side just to place some biscuits on, but it's slightly... I've moved it before the stream started. I actually meant to grab my Orc Codex as well. Ahead of this stream, but I never got round to that. Not to worry, I'm going to go for the Lotus biscuits today. My plan is to start a Megatrack Scrapjet tomorrow unless the March challenge points me in another direction. Nice one. I hope I can join in with one of these challenges. I could have joined in with this one. To be fair, I've still got a little bit of time. But I have done Bionics on a miniature this month, so I can enter it this time, but it's not really... I feel like it's not really in the spirit of the contest, simply because... not the contest, the community challenge. Simply because I've just painted a miniature. I've not converted it or anything. I'd rather enter it wholeheartedly. You know, not just the tip. Bronze Age minis, I need to Google that. Eating my din-dins, nice one, G. Good to have you watching while you're tucking into some tucker. G, how long have you lived on the other side of the world? On the underside of the world? Out of interest. Because... And how old? I don't know how old you are, to be honest, but I used to watch with my dad the Bush Tucker Man over here. I think you've not lived there your whole life, I know that much. But I used to watch the Bush Tucker Man over here, and yeah, that was an interesting program. Just the tip, exactly, Marcos. We can watch paint dry. I like these, I think. So, any news on the next Hatchet magazine? We've covered that, Darren. We've covered that already. You're too late to the party, mate. In summary, I can give you a quick summary unless somebody else already has. I deleted all the negative comments for you. Thank you so much, Marcos. It's a pleasure to have such a fine individual as a mod for this channel, because I know the Bard wouldn't have deleted all the horrible comments for me. So thank you very much. Yeah, you're trying to protect my ego, I think, by deleting all the negative comments for me. Oh, Croaks, you thought? I'll have a look at them. Be right back, Mrs. has caught me. Doing what? Doing what? You weren't doing something whilst watching the stream, were you? Because that's weird if you were. How long have I lived? 34, moved here at 12. Right, cool. So you're only a couple of years younger than me then. Right. So, Senor Parker. No official news on the new magazine yet from Hatchet, but the Bard was dropping, was asking me questions earlier about Heroes of the Chapter and it being on one sprue, and I didn't clock why he was asking that at first. Heroes of the Chapter being £90. And it's one of the sprues that you got in the Indomitors set. And if we do get a new magazine, 40k magazine from Hatchet, Rivets and Daka, 8 up boys and girls. Sorry, a bit late. You are a bit late, but not to worry, mate. We're going to go for at least another half hour, so you know you can stick around for a little bit. Took into some breakfast. I wonder what's for breakfast this morning. Is it full English a la gare or something completely different? You've probably already had your breakfast, I reckon. It's 10 o'clock, innit? I'm on second breakfast, if you can call it that, of coffee and Lotus biscuits. Pro. Yeah, as I was saying, Darren, we were speculating earlier about the magazine, and it's probably going to be the stuff you get in either the Command edition of the latest edition of 40k or in the Indomitors set. And if it is the Indomitors set, then you're getting a £68 sprue in the Necron Royal Court, which has got all the big Necron things and the pointy character and the 2 murder buckets, and an £89 set in the Heroes of the Chapter for Space Marines in one magazine, in one issue. I speculate, though, if they were to include them in the run of the magazine, it would be in the premium issue. And that's how they'd get around that, so you'd have to pay a premium to get those. I'm probably going to pick up the Necron Royal Court at 68, well, not 68 quid necessarily, but from Element Games or somewhere for a little bit cheaper. Oh, the chat's flying now, isn't it? We've got Essex boys in the chat. Welcome, Essex boys. Clint. It's a pleasure to have you fine gentlemen here. Oh, Glenn R in the chat too as well. Welcome, mate. 8:57 PM here, so no breakfast. I mean, you could have a nap, and then technically you've fasted for the period of the nap, and then when you wake up after the nap, you can just eat something, and that's breaking the fast, isn't it? So technically it's breakfast. Don't let the time of day rule your eating schedule. So I'm guessing you're another 8:57 Aussie? I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. Shoot me down if you're a Kiwi or something. I don't know what time it is in New Zealand. I don't know what time it is in any part of Australia either, to be fair. But just roughly judging by that, it's 9:59 here now in the UK. So you're about 12 hours behind. Ahead, sorry, not behind. Ahead. Marcos, I had a Monster salted caramel for my morning coffee. Monster salted caramel. Wow. Monster the energy drink. They do a salted caramel flavour, or is it Monster? Is it a size description? So it's a very large one, like a super-sized version of a coffee. You could split those sprues. Can you split those sprues? Let's have a look. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's look at that. Let's have a look and see if we can split those sprues. Biggity, 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 bam. Ah, yes. So there is... I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening just because there's the single line here that goes across. I don't think they'll split the sprue. Actually, there's more images. No, it is just there. So this is the Royal Core, and it's got the big thing there, legs there, and other set of legs there. And then it's got part of the Cryptech-y thing there, and there. And it's got part of the murder bucket there. They're all split over the 2 sprues, so I don't think they'd split the sprue. But they did do with the Redemptor Dreadnought, easy to build, didn't they? Yeah, they put it over 2 issues, didn't they? So they could do. And also, splitting the sprues, what they'd have to do is cut it down and then create a new mould, wouldn't they? So I can't see that happening. But they may well do it. I think what they're more likely to do is put it in the premium set, this. Because one thing I said when Conquest was running is if the premium set had the Primarchs in, I may have stuck with the premium set because I went with it for a little bit, and then before I'd even got the first thing, I was like, no, I'm not sticking with the premium set. I don't think it's good enough value for me. And I stopped my subscription altogether and got it through a local shop, a shop local to where I worked at the time. Yeah, so that one we're going to struggle to split. But going back, and then let's take a look at the Heroes of the Chapter set. Heroes of the Chapter set. Again, it's a similar sort of situation. You've got that one sprue line, so they'd have to split that sprue and then either leave something exposed or these bits here, and with little bits like that, I don't think they want to leave that exposed. They're not super exposed, but you know, I can't see them splitting the sprues. And even if they did, that'd be £45 worth of kit in one issue of the magazine, which will be probably £10 for the magazine. So I can't see that happening myself, but you never know. Like, this is all just speculation on our part. So you may well be right, they could split the sprues. Hey, it's me again, Big. Lotus biscuit, dip. Mmm. Actually, it's a fake Lotus biscuit, not a real one. Similar sort of thing though, caramelly, sugar-rich biscuit. Let us get the chat on, and I'll run through that as I finish this coffee. It's good to see a couple of new... Well, I think I've seen Glennar before, actually. Correct me if I'm wrong there, though, Glennar. Is this your first time, or have I indeed seen you before, like I think? They have a middle seam, I think. Oh, do they? Right, cool. Because I've not got the... I got the Space Marines from the Indomitus set, but I didn't actually get the Indomitus set. But it looks like one solid bit of sprue there to me. But if they do have a middle seam that you can snap it out, then maybe they will split the sprue. I guess you see. Well, I guess we will see you with Skarnir later. Are you on with Skarnir later? I did. I saw Skarnir had posted his live video thumbnail and that, but I wasn't aware of that. I didn't see who was on it. Good old Marcos. Breakfast is good all day, exactly. One of my favourite things to do is eat breakfast in the evening. Yeah, I had the kill tank last time. Ah, cool. So, will you be signing up for the mag, if it is what you suspect? At the minute, I'm not sure, frankly. I don't know if I'll do it via subscription or try and get it via a local shop here. I don't know. There are local shops that stock it, but I don't know if they're organised enough to keep me a copy to one side. So I might do it via a local shop again, and then I can get a video up about it potentially shortly after the magazine's released. But I'm not sure, basically, is my answer. I think I probably would, but it depends. What does it depend on, really? I don't know. I'd have to see what the rest of the content was other than just the miniatures in the Indomitus set, if it is the Indomitus set miniatures, or if it's the Command Edition miniatures. What I suspect is they'll include Assault Intercessors, so they'll include stuff from the Command set, and then they will include some Space Marine stuff from the Dark Imperium set as well, I would have thought, but I don't know for sure, obviously. So you'll be getting similar sort of stuff as you got in Conquest. Energy drink, right? The Monster energy drink. It's Java Monster, coffee flavoured, nice. Right, so Essex Boys is on Skarnir later, nice one. I'll have to. I'm not starting work till 7 tomorrow, so I can stay up a little bit later tonight, but I'll have to pop into that for a bit. But probably not too long. You've been on a few times, made the kill tank. I thought so. Well, you said that earlier on in the chat, which is why I said I thought so. The premium from the Mortal Realms looks great, but we couldn't get it in Australia. Oh man, that's rubbish. Yeah, because it's like it's small numbers of different factions from Age of Sigmar, which is kind of like what the premium could have been in Conquest if it, you know, it could have been better than it was basically, the premium. Because you didn't really get any Death Guard miniatures in the premium, did you? Which was a bit sucky. I don't think you did, anyway. So you're worried about Conquest 2, yeah? Hopefully you'll get it, but we'll have to wait and see. The premium, that is. I assume you'll get the magazine, the standard run. Should you post your loot? I should post my looted banner. Yeah, post it, man. Post it. Pretty sure the Space Marine, it's all on the correct sides. Yeah, if there's a seam down the middle, then there's no reason why they can't split the sprue. You did ask me something as well. I'm trying to find that question again. Oh yeah, what's in my cart? What is in my cart? Should we have a look at what's in my cart before we go back to the desk down, even though I'm on the desk down already? So what is in my cart is just 300 quid's worth of stuff, basically. That I entered. I wanted to chuck it into my cart to enter the competition, so I chucked another Gazgul in there because I thought I could use it for a conversion. I don't know what that's doing in there. Black Library Celebration paperback. Must have gone in there automatically. Mangler Squigs, I chucked 2 of them in there because I thought I could do with some big squigs. And then a Gordrak Fist of Gork, which is basically your Maw Crusher. That's the reason I've got that. So, Squig-off wise, I wanted another model that's... pardon me. I wanted another model. I've got the Norzilla from Cromlech just over there in my room. And I wanted another model to represent a Squig-off. So I thought I'd chuck that into my cart. And then if I do win it, GW this week, if you're unaware, GW this week, but it's finished now unfortunately, had a competition running to win your cart up to £300. And you can win the contents of your cart basically. So I've just chucked a load of things in there quickly before I went to bed the night before the competition ended. So Gordrak Fist of Gork chucked in there for the Maw Crusher, and then I can use him as just like a war boss. Cypher, because I've always wanted that miniature. I didn't get it in the Triumvirate of the Imperium because I didn't like any of the other miniatures in the Triumvirate of the Imperium. Although I could have used Gilliman for a conversion, I guess, but never mind. Slime Marbo, because it's good to have an orc enemy in there, isn't it? Every now and again, a git like Marbo. I could have chucked Yarick in there as well. I thought about that, but I didn't end up doing it. Another Mech Boy Workshop, because I thought I like that claw too much not to chuck another Mech Boy Workshop in there. And a unit of boys, because it was £22.50 and I had £23 left to spend, so I thought I'll chuck a unit of boys in there. I can use it for tank buster conversions or something like that. So yeah, that's what's in my cart. Very exciting, isn't it? Yeah, 100 quid's worth of Mangler Squigs. Oh, what's temporarily out of stock? Cypher is temporarily out of stock. Little beggars. Well, I hope if I win the contents of my cart, it includes Cypher, frankly. A desk down. Let us, I'll tell you what, go to this one for a little bit, just while I finish my coffee. I'm just going to get the chat back up, see if anything else, any urgent questions need answering. It was a deal breaker for me. Yeah, I understand that. In terms of, I assume you mean the premium Mortal Realms stuff lacking in Australia. You can get Mortal Realms in Australia, yeah, just not the premium. Did you check out the link? I didn't check out the link yet, Bard. No. Crispy bacon, omelette, and beans, says Essex Boys. Oh, I mean, make sure your beans don't touch your bacon, and we're fine. We're doing fine. I don't think I'd have bacon and omelette together unless the bacon was in the omelette. I'm judging your breakfast here. Cypher is Ace. It's a fantastic looking model, isn't it? Pete the Wargamer did a conversion of some Fallen, some Dark Angels Fallen, using some Age of Sigmar parts and stuff like that. The leather boots looked a bit weird, but overall it was a decent conversion. He took one of the Mark III shoulder pads, clipped it off and just used the bottom of it, turned it round to make it look like Cypher's shoulder pad. It's not a perfect job, but it's a nice, interesting way of doing it. You don't have to post a link again, Bard. Calm down. I was going to go back up to it, but thanks for posting it again, because it means I don't have to go back up to it now. I hovered over Forge World Half Track for ages yesterday. Still in my cart. Yeah, nice one, mate. You should get that. It's a lovely looking kit, that Half Track. Do the tracks come as one piece? Star Imperial or Star Imp full set. So these are what the Bard is. Look at that. These are what the Bard is talking about for potential croak. Not a bad idea, to be fair. Clearly a female there. Well, I say clearly a female. It's got breasts, is what I'm saying. And also the way it's been painted, it looks like a female and the hair and stuff like that. This dude's cool. Yes, he's cool. It does, especially with the way he's painted and the weapon he's got in his hand. It looks quite Yoda-like. The glow coming off of it. Nice. Yeah, not bad miniatures for Croak, them, to be fair. They do look very Jedi though, don't they? The way the poses and everything, especially this one. Look at that with the sort of desert goggles there as well. So they're sort of massively Yoda inspired and Jedi, Star Warsy inspired. Where's my phone? I don't know. I can see it actually. It's down there. Oh, yeah, you couldn't get any more. Just like Mandalorian meets Baby Yoda. Mando. Yeah, they're very Star Wars inspired, these, but they're cool, aren't they? Very nice. Are they resin or are they 32 quid, did I say? $40. This is a full set of 10 Star Imps sculpted by David Soderquist. 32mm scale, cast in lead-free pewter. Base not included, that's a shame. Miniatures unpainted, unassembled, not suitable for children under 12 years of age. So they're metal miniatures, but they are very small, so I don't think you're going to have many issues with the cast or anything there. And yeah, not bad at all then, mate. Will be quite cool for Croak for sure. I think I'd have to. I mean, we don't know what the Croak look like officially, do we anymore? So we just know the sort of like potentially smaller versions of Orcoid life forms, or you know, that's the kind of vibe you get from them. But yeah, there we go. Lovely miniatures there. $40 is about what? It's about 30 quid, isn't it? Assuming that's US dollars. Oh, Crimson Thorn, eh? Let's have a quick look at Crimson Thorn. Looks a bit like, hairstyle-wise, David Bowie's character from Labyrinth. Ogre-y trolley sort of head on the base there, very nice. Not secure this site though, so watch out, guys, if you do decide to order from this site. Star Imp Dark set, Star Imp Merc set, Mercenaries, yeah. Ooh, what are these naked ladies over here? Let's not get too close to them. Oh, your Tunson set. These are some cool Viking minis. This fella especially, I like him. Looks like I've gone down a rabbit hole and I'm not coming out of it. There's some trolls. Cool looking trolls, I've got to say. Different to the GW ones, that's for sure. The Trogoths. Anyway, let's come out of that. There's the hatchet stuff again. But let's go back to Death Down and get back to painting. Got at least 15 minutes of the stream left. I'll pull up the chat once more, see what's going on. I've accidentally put that as massive screen. Dude, she'll be back. Yeah, super cannon was out of stock. Otherwise, I would have pulled the trigger. You can make yourself a super cannon. You're definitely talented enough to do that, mate. Let us put some water in this cup. Oh, I've dripped some Vasa on my desk. Not to worry then. Hairy Arm. This is the Hairy Arm Show. Is everybody up to date on WandaVision? No spoilers in the chat, please, guys. But, you know, just out of interest. Who's been watching it? Who's keeping up? Got my pickle jar mug on the go. I almost got my 6+ Stevo mug out. He popped in earlier, so it would have been a nice treat for him to see his his mug. So we have anti-lock riots in Dublin. Oh, anti-lockdown riots. Bad times. Bad times, mate. It's not what you need, is it? To the eye, that looks less bad than it does on screen. So I'm going to leave these bases now because I kind of want to crack on with some of these Death Guard minis. Oh, that's got fluff all over it. Where's that fluff come from? Oh, it's because I dropped it the other day. It's got like cobwebby bits on because I don't clean my house. I'm a tramp. So that's the sort of look I'm going for with the Death Guard miniatures. Very nice. Water, yeah, exactly. Water. It is water. I promise. Nice looking minis these. Yeah, they are. Yeah, definitely. I like to get the one of the original. Then I would scratch build the second baby. Yeah, that's what I tend to. Well, I say that's what I tend to do. That's what I always plan to do. Buy the original and like base the second one off of that original design or something completely different if I see something that I think will work. Right. Let's get some Skellington Horde, I think. Oh, itchy, itchy, itchy. Skellington Horde. So the last episode, yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it, mate, the last episode. The first bit of it was like, come on, just get to the story, get to the point. And I felt like that a lot of the time throughout WandaVision. I just wanted to develop a bit faster. They could have put it into a 3-hour film. That's what I feel like. I feel like we dragged the story out over the length of the episodes, even though they're only half-hour episodes most of the time. And what's this 45 minutes rubbish for that episode? Actually, 40 minutes or something like that, because we get at least 5 minutes of credits. Because I was promised by certain individuals. No, that's really dark, huh? I thought my buttons had popped open. I was promised by certain individuals, Mark Bernard, that it would be an hour-long, 2-hour-long episodes for the final 2 episodes. So 45 minutes, I feel cheated, quite frankly. Cheated! I'm just grabbing... There we go, that one will do. And grab that one too. Just grabbing some painted Death Guard miniatures. I keep having to step over a box there to whenever I want to go over into the corner there, but I'm just grabbing some painted Death Guard miniatures just to double check what colours I've done the tentacles. So I've done them like in the Militarum green, and then this arm here with a bit more Plague Bearer on it, because I want to tackle some of these tentacles on the on this guy. Where's the Militarum green? Put that back. Militarum green, where have you been? I'm sure I've seen you somewhere, dude. Militarum green. How's that 365 Orc challenge coming along? Don't you start it, mate. God. Well, I've just painted 9 grots, Orcoid life forms. So the 365 Orc challenge, I'm probably on about, I'd say 20 odd miniatures. 9 grots plus Gazgul is 10. Plus 3 knobs plus 3 flash gits is 16. Plus 5 Gretchen is 19. Is that it for orcs? Or did I paint 4 knobs in total? 1, 2, 3. I think I painted 4 knobs in total, perhaps. So I've painted 20, let's say, orcs. But altogether, miniatures this year, I've painted 64 miniatures so far this year. Always great to chat. Always great to chat this group. Yeah, it is fantastic. I bought Blood for the Blood God and Talisar Blue Contrast yesterday. Very nice, mate. Very nice. This is my favourite method of mixing paint as well. I do have a coffee stirrer that I use sometimes when it's particularly tricky to mix. But what I do with the contrast paints, so they sit like that on the shelf and all the sediment sinks to the bottom of them. The sediment, what's it called? Pigment sinks to the bottom of them. So I turn them upside down and just rub them like that between my hands. And then it gets that centrifugal force going, and all the sediment slowly drops down. So this is what it looks like now, whereas before it was all white on the bottom before, or very, very cloudy at least. I finished a couple of days ago. It was pretty cool. I finished a couple of days ago. Saw the last episode, yeah. I felt cheated too because I told my family it would be an hour long based on your word. Can't blame me, mate. Can't blame me. It's Mark Bernardin's fault. Write a sternly worded letter to Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin and tell them what you think about this hour long episode. I enjoyed WandaVision, but it was far from my favourite TV series. Yeah. Still got one more episode though, or have you seen it already? Has it been leaked somewhere? Yeah, it's funny. It's really good, and it's basically over, but it's continuing in Doctor Strange. Or is there still one more episode? I feel like there's still one more episode to go. It's leading to a story connected with Doctor Strange. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. I need to watch Doctor Strange again. I think I said that on a stream a while ago. Spider-Man and Doctor Strange are both going to be killer. Yeah, I need to rewatch Doctor Strange. I just, like, with a new job and everything, I've not had time to sit down and watch a lot of movies and stuff. Movies! Right. What colour have I painted my Nurglings so far? Have I painted them green? Have I got many Nurglings, if any? I don't know. I'm just going to check what colours I've painted my Nurglings if I've got any. I'll be right back, guys. I'll only be over here. You'll see me in the distance. Don't worry. You can still probably hear me too. I have got at least one Nurgling. I can tell you that for nothing. I just can't see him. Oh, there he is. Green. Lovely. WandaVision felt to me like a pet project for someone. Just the I Love Lucy vibe went on for far too long. Yeah, I thought so. That was actually, the first episode was based on the Dick Van Dyke Show, which we didn't... I've never seen it, the Dick Van Dyke Show. I don't think it was big in the UK. But it may have been played when it was originally on, but not rerun, like Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie and stuff like that. Because I watched them when I was younger, on like reruns of them on Channel 4. I think it was Channel 4. Probably drinking some rum off screen, yeah, probably. I think Black Widow is May from memory. Is that, are they trying to do a cinema release with it still? Or is that going to be a Disney Plus release now? 29th of April in Australia. I like the cartoon where Vision puts his stone into a puppy and Thanos kills it because... Thanos kills it, cuts to John Wick. Nice. It does explain why it was like that as well. I remember... Oh, Rivets. Gar remembers the Dick Van Dyke Show. Of course you would, because you're an old bugger, aren't you? Proper old git. Yeah, I've never seen the Dick Van Dyke Show. I'm aware of Dick Van Dyke because Mary Poppins, and love Mary Poppins, and other things that I've seen him in, like Diagnosis Murder. Yeah, I'm not aware of the Dick Van... Well, I'm vaguely aware of the Dick Van Dyke Show. I've heard mention of it and stuff over the years, but I'm not hyper aware of it. Hyper aware? Probably still try to release in theatres. Yeah, I believe it's why they held off to put it in cinemas. Yeah, they need to get their act together. For me, just for me, I want to go back to the cinema. me and my sister quite enjoyed the cinema when the first lockdown lifted in the UK, and you could go and do some stuff. And me and my sister quite enjoyed going to the cinema because there was no one around, hardly anyone in the screens. Which is kind of why they had to. Cineworld decided to shut down again, but other cinemas stayed open. I think it's sensible though. Just frustrating, like a lot of things this past year or so. Wait a minute. Yeah, shoulder pads are green anyway. I was thinking to myself, should I do these shoulder pads green? But yeah, they're green anyway, so I should do these shoulder pads green. I saw I Love Lucy first time round. Yeah, it was finished, meant to be out last year. Yes. I was really frustrated when it wasn't released last year. I was like, just release it, what's up with you? Just put it on Disney Plus, so I felt like I was getting my money's worth, because Disney Plus for me hasn't really been worth the price I paid for it, because I paid for an annual subscription. But overall, like the amount of things I've watched on it now, basically The Mandalorian and WandaVision, I feel like I've got a decent amount of entertainment out of it, and I'm going to keep it because the not Captain America, or the Captain America thing's coming up, Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's coming up, and then there's other things coming up that I want to watch as well, and there are some movies on it as well now that are new release movies and stuff, so it is becoming more, you know, better value for me, I think, than it was most of last year. There'll be a lot of green on the top of this guy, isn't there? I wonder if I should colour these tentacles differently. We had cars, a bloke with a flag had to walk in front. Back when, yeah, when cars first came out, you mean? Yeah, a bloke with a white flag had to walk in front of it, and the speed limit was 5 miles an hour, I think, wasn't it? Because back in your day, didn't they think you'd turn inside out if you went over 5 miles an hour or something? Someone else recommended Soul. Yeah, Soul's pretty good. I enjoyed it overall. It's fun. It's entertaining. But the thing with me is, I get something from most films I watch. There's very rarely a film that I feel I've got nothing from and feel like I can't talk positively about. So I'm probably not the best person to recommend films to people. Unless you tell me exactly what you're looking for, and then I might be able to tell you a film that's like that feels like that, that'll give you those feelings. Yeah, I don't know whether, so these tentacles on top, I don't know whether to do them in green or in another colour. I think I'll start them in green and see what happens. Although they're emerging from the armour there, so I could do them in another colour, couldn't I? These ones from the ones on the side. Let's assess the situation. They're all green, aren't they? Yeah, I'll do some of them in green at least. Proper bursting from the armour, these ones. On the back. Ooh, it looks like he's got a little tail with this one. Concentrating a little bit as I slap the paint around this Nurgle, trying to get it into all the areas I need it to reach. Right, so let's do a little bit of around here. Before I put this paint away and crack on with a different colour, Plague Bearer I think. I just realised he's got a tentacle coming right out of his helmet as well. Might do that one a different colour. Helmet. Yeah, should I leave that a different colour for the time being? Yeah, let's leave it for the time being because I can't decide if I want to do it that colour or another. Right, let's have a quick look. New Pixar animation is very good. Soul. Someone recommended Soul to me. They have a lot more Marvel and Star Wars coming. Exactly, that's the main reason I'm keeping Disney Plus, because there is, by the looks of it, a lot more Marvel and Star Wars coming in. I'm mainly in it for the Marvel, you know, a little bit of Star Wars, but mainly the Marvel. I really like Mandalorian, to be fair, but I'm less of a Star Wars fan than I am a Marvel fan. And I'm not a massive Marvel fanboy because I don't read the comics or anything like that, but you know, watching cartoons growing up and stuff, and then the X-Men films came out, and then I know they were Fox, not Marvel Studios, but then when it got into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, boom, done. Yeah, so that's the main reason I'm keeping hold of it. It's probably $20 per household instead of... I nearly got some cramp in my hamstring, which is a very painful place to get cramp. Yeah, so $20 per household instead of per person. Huge amount of lost revenue. Yeah, in terms of whacking movies onto Disney Plus. But I don't think they should charge you for those movies personally. Because especially like, let's just talk in terms of Mulan, right? I would have seen Mulan at the cinema. I pay a monthly fee for the cinema. At the minute, it's on hold. But I pay a monthly fee for the cinema. And I effectively would have got to see Mulan for free. Right? And I know most other people would pay for that movie, whatever price they pay at whichever cinema they go to. But I didn't feel, when Mulan was released on the pay-per-view on Disney Plus, I didn't feel like I was getting the value from Disney Plus that I deserved. Because I'd seen most of the things on Disney Plus. When I say most of the things that I'd wanted to see, I'd seen most of them. So I'd seen all of the Marvel films already, seen all of the Star Wars films already. I hadn't seen all of Clone Wars, but it just didn't capture my imagination in the way I kind of wanted it to. I'm only about 3 episodes into it. I'm just like, oh, I kind of want it to get going. And I've just kind of put that on the back burner for now. There's other things on other platforms that I'd rather be watching than a lot of the stuff on Disney Plus. I tried rewatching old X-Men, but I couldn't really get into that. When I say old X-Men, I mean the cartoon from the 90s. I don't mean the Fox movies. So I felt like Mulan, I deserved, but this is just my opinion. So other people were probably getting the value that they wanted from it. So I understand why they didn't put it on, why they had it on pay-per-view for a bit. I'm going to have to go for another wee, but I'll be back shortly with more thoughts on Disney Plus. Let us do the back soon screen. Because there was only one show that I wanted to watch on it, which was Mandalorian, and that's why I didn't feel like I was getting the value. Because I'd shelled out for a yearly subscription, an annual subscription, as opposed to paying monthly, in order to try and save myself £10. But then I found, once Mandalorian finished, there was nothing for me to watch. Well, nothing for me that I wanted to watch urgently. There's more stuff on there now, and they've dropped a load more movies and series that I've not seen from Fox's back catalogue and stuff. So it's much better value for me now than it used to be. Right. Just watched Bliss on Amazon, Real Headbender. I'll have to have a look at that. I've not heard nor seen of it, so I'll have to have a look. I want to watch Black Hawk Down again. I've never seen Black Hawk Down myself, but I know some people that like war movies and stuff really like Black Hawk Down. I watched Parasite recently. It was fantastic. The movie, I assume you mean. The movie Parasite, because there is a series called Parasite as well, which is different, not the same, if you like. Different means not the same. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, different. Yeah, the movie Parasite, I saw that in the cinema when it was released, and it was fantastic, I thought. I was into it. What's the running total, Dan? 56 miniatures for the year so far, I think. 55 or 56. Let me get my little black book out. 56 miniatures for the year. Gazgul made it 56. He's behind me. He's just out of shot there behind me. Yeah, Gazgul made it 56. I'll be posting on my Instagram later, and probably Facebook if you want to have a look at some of the miniatures I've painted more recently. But yeah, Gazgul made it 56. I assume that's what you mean by running total, and not number of shows I've watched or something. Black Hawk Down, fantastic movie. So Clint seconds that. Vulpus Pink, says, what's his face? I have no Vulpus Pink, I don't think, so I shan't be doing them in Vulpus Pink. They've got a sort of blend in with the rest of the colours on my Death Guard, so I've used like oranges and reds for the eyes and stuff. I've used mainly greens and whatnot. Oranges, reds, I've used like pale fleshy tones. I've used like bony colours. I've used blacks. And oranges for the pustules as well. So if I was, I'm tempted to add a little bit of pink in there, but if I was going to do them like a bright colour, I'd have probably gone with an orange rather than a orange rather than a pink Mr. G. Oh, doesn't he look lovely already, that little nurgling? I might need to change the exposure, I think, on this camera, because it is slightly overexposed, I'd say. I assume that Vulpus Pink, by the way, G, was for the tentacles that you were saying. There we go, that was a quick paint job on that Nurgling, wasn't it? Whey! Need to go in there and sort his teeth out. That lip needs a bit of colour. There we go. Well, if anyone likes Rick and Morty, look up Solar Opposites. I hate Rick and Morty. I think it's a trash show for trash people. No, I'm only joking. I just don't see the comedy in it. Most of the time, there's a couple of... I've watched it all because I wanted to try and work out what people loved about it, because so many people love it. So many people that like stuff that I like as well. So many people love it, but I just can't get my head around the appeal. I don't understand what the appeal of it is. Yeah, but the what was it? Solar Opposites. I might have to have a look at it, because it could be something that's slightly different from Rick and Morty, although similar, where I get more of the appeal of it. I've watched all of Star Trek Lower Decks now as well, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed that greatly. Greatly. I enjoyed it greatly. I don't know why I've taken to say trash for trash people recently, but I feel like I've said that a few times recently. It's a trash show for trash people. Oh man, this chat is flying. Is that because I call people trash people? Let's scroll back up there. Solar Opposites, it's on YouTube at the minute. Isn't that on Disney Plus? Says G. I wonder. On my list tonight, maybe. Buried in electronics, though, so might not have the time. Yeah, it's on Star and Disney Plus. Right, I'll have a look for that then on Disney Plus. In fact, I've got my phone here. I could add it to my list. Shortly. Yeah, Star Trek Lower Decks has some really nice touches in it, and really nice throwbacks to old Star Treks. Various generations of Star Trek, so I think that's what the appeal was for me, I think, or yeah, what sort of sealed the appeal for me. I wanted to watch it, and then watching it and see things referenced from old series and stuff, I was like, yes. Especially when I've just watched last year, I just watched all of the old series, pretty much most of them all of last year, from original series right up to Enterprise. I keep thinking, where's my phone? It's just below my desk there, on my tower. Sat on my tower. I need to scroll back up the chat again to see what's going on. But yeah, Solar Opposites. I'll once I put this Plague Bearer Flesh down, I'll I think I'll add that to my list on Disney Plus if it's on there. It's weird though, isn't it? In different countries, you get different shows on different streaming services. Like over here, you get Star Trek Discovery on Netflix because we don't have CBS or is it CBS? Oh, this is completely off screen. I've just realised. I apologise. Great. Is it CBS? So let's do that. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, is it CBS that? I think it's CBS that Star Trek's on CBS All Access or something. In the US. Well, that's a very, very dark tide mark, isn't it? I'll have to address that at some point. So he's looking very... yeah, I do need to adjust the exposure, I think, on this as well, just to reflect better what I'm actually painting and how it's looking to me. There's a little bit of Plague Bearer on the end of that. And I think I'll blend it into another colour. That's how he's looking. Very nice indeed. I've done a dangerous thing now. I've put in a cup of water next to my water pot. Let's, we've got a little bit more of a tentacle there. Let's just get a bit on there. This is very screamy, this music. Right, that should do us for now. I bet I'll find another tentacle soon. I'll just close that for the time being. I'll go through the chat, see if any other fantastic series have been suggested right after I've looked for Solar Opposites on Disney Plus. Oh, Alex Attempts Tabletop is streaming at the moment. So after this stream, feel free to pop on over to Twitch. And we'll go and look at Alex Attempts Tabletop. Right, what did I want to do? Disney Plus, Solar Opposites. Bet that's an annoying noise, isn't it? Solar Opposites. I feel like I've seen this before. It's added to my list anyway, there we go. So I can, that's something else for me to watch. Solaris is on there as well. I'll add that to my list because I've never watched that. Another Earth is on there as well. I might have a look at that. Right, let's go back through the chat. See what is going downtown, Jackie Brown. I think we'll end it at 11, you know. And then I might jump up in the bath, or should I go shopping first? I do not know. Solar Opposites, YouTube, Disney Plus. Tonight, electronics, I think so. Stretchy time, boss man, stretch. Ooh, yeah, a lot of Disney is old stuff, not as much new stuff on it. Prime seems to have a lot of new movies and stuff, more so, yeah, I'd agree. Hardly watch Netflix and pay through most of that for the money-wise out of them all. You pay the most money-wise for that out of them all. In the UK, you can get Netflix for like $4.99 as an extra little small add-on fee to like your Sky deal and stuff like that, your satellite television deal or your cable TV deal. They quite often do things like that over here. So I assume you can do potentially maybe something similar, but it's whether you've got Sky or cable TV over there. I know Sky is like an Australian thing though, originally. So they might do something similar maybe. But what I mean is it depends if you individually as a household have Sky anyway, doesn't it? Or want Sky. Prime seems to, yeah, I've read that bit. Selma Hayek's finished Netflix, at least the stuff I'm interested in. I completed Netflix as well, and yeah, I've not completed it really. But there's a video, I've referenced that in a video coming up this Wednesday on my channel. Make sure you check it out. It's got some very important information that if you like this kind of live stream, you may well want to be aware of an upcoming live stream next Saturday. 12 hours long. I'm on it for a bit, not the full 12 hours. On twitch.tv/Let's Make It Orky. There's a link in the description. You can click that and pop on over there. I bet you love tribal documentaries. Oh, nice. I'll tell you what, right, we'll go to the opening stream now, seeing as I'm not actually painting anything now. Yeah, I bet you love tribal documentaries. Nice. That is a nice little throwaway comment there. What do you plan to work on later today, Essex boys? Oh, let's find out as we scroll through the chat. Is that code for... Nah, tribal boobage. The chat has descended into all sorts of chaos there. Slaneshi chaos, you might say. Everyone loves... Yes. I have a load of Death Guard to get done, but I'll probably do my Guardsman's shed for Stadium. Oh, nice one. Groundsman's shed for the Stadium. Nice. Look forward to seeing that. I was reading it as Guardsman's shed for the Stadium. I was like, why have the Guardsmen got a shed? Breathes heavily. Would anyone like to see Nurgle tanks before I start converting? Can you see the Dread Turkey? I can't see the Dread Turkey now. I'm guessing you posted it in the chat, which you won't be able to post a link in the chat, unfortunately. Because my YouTube chat isn't link friendly, but my Twitch chat is, so that's probably where you've posted a link before. Yeah, so you can't post a link in this chat, unfortunately, unless one of my mods can approve it, but I don't know, there's not like an approval queue, I don't think. Let me have a look, see if there's anything in... No, I can't see anything here that... Viewer activity, here we go, let's see. I'll click on viewer activity and I'll see if I can approve any links. No new super chats, stream health, stream settings, analytics. No, I can't see anywhere where I can approve links, unfortunately, mate. So, we'll have to leave it this time round, and hopefully, on my next Twitch stream, you can post something in there. I'm doing a grot with line painting, a line painting machine. Oh right, for a Blood Bowl face. That's a cool idea. I like that. Done with work, headed home now. Have a good journey home, Marcos. I'm pretty good at this soldering gig. Light desk is coming along nicely, very nice. Will be very loud if it goes off. The Boys is great. I wish I could watch at work. I wish I could watch at work too, but I kind of have to drive, so it's a little bit tricky for me to do that. The Boys is dope. Oh, The Boys on Prime, you mean? The Boys, yeah, The Boys. I love The Boys. It takes some getting used to Carl Urban's accent. Well, message redacted from Essex there. I assume he's deleted it himself, because I thought maybe something else was deleting it then. I just realised Nightbot's not in the house as well, and that's irritating. Yeah, Sky Air is called... Oh, it's Foxtel. I didn't know it was called Foxtel. But didn't it used to be just Sky? Or maybe not. I know it's part of like the Murdoch Empire, isn't it? Amazon Prime has some good stuff on. You get super duper shipping on purchases. Yeah, that's one of the good things about Prime. And if you have got Amazon Prime, you can link that to a Twitch Prime gaming account and then give me a bit of money by subscribing to me on Twitch. You get a free subscription, one per month on Twitch, and you can use that to subscribe to me on Twitch, and it gives me a little bit of money if you link it to a Twitch Prime Gaming account, I think it is. You don't have to, you just like, it's dead simple to do. I've done it myself when I had a free Amazon Prime trial. So yeah, it is easy to do, and I'm going to do it for my dad's account as well. Just to give me an extra subscription on Twitch. Yeah. It's like regularly it's $4.99 for a subscription on Twitch, and then I get like half of that or something for everyone that subscribes to my channel, because I'm an affiliate on Twitch now, which means I can start earning money from Twitch. It's a lot easier to do it on Twitch than it is on YouTube, but soon on YouTube there'll be a join button on my channel as well, but not at the moment. I'm just halfway through setting it up at the minute. Prime is super cheap as well. Yeah, it is pretty cheap, to be fair. So that's about it for this stream, guys. Thank you very much to everyone who's joined me. What I'm going to do now is a fake raid. If you want to pop on over to Twitch for a bit, we can check in on Alex Attempts Tabletop. Twitch.tv. Let's see if he's, I assume he's still live. I think he only went live at 10ish. So I'll pop a link in the description, and then we can give him a fake raid. And some of you might want to pop along, see what he's working on, unless he's working on something absolutely trash. Come on. Don't lag out on me. Oh, he's working on night haunts. Boo. You know what, though? Someone's got to paint them, haven't they? Oh, he's got it very zoomed in there. I like his setup, to be fair, to be honest. Right, so I'm going to pop a link to his channel in the chat here. And then we can pop on over there as a big group and give him a wah in the chat. That would be superb if you could join me for this fake raid. Where are we? Right, the chat there. Right, that's what I wanted to do. We'll sub to your Twitch channel now, bro. Thank you very much, Gar. I really appreciate that. It's nice It's really nice that you can do that. Always put my Linktree link in there as well, Clint. Thank you very much. It's really nice that you can do that free subscription thing with Prime. It's fantastic, I think. You don't feel obliged to say sub to my channel as well, if there's other channels that you sub to. So yes, let's share this link in the chat. So if you click this link, follow me over to Alex Attempts Tabletop. He does YouTube as well if you've not already seen him. Just go to youtube.com/Alex Attempts Tabletop and you'll find him there. But yeah, let's click this link and do a fake war, because I'm ending this stream right about not now, you know, but you know, you get me. Right, I'll see you on the battlefield, guys. Let's go give him a fake raid. End stream and